Kwanzaa Kunjufu. And he is telling us what parents need to be doing. But Charles, you done opened up a can of worms talking about these school vouchers. Now, Dr. Kunjufu, so should we be taking advantage? Should black people be getting behind a voucher program?
Yes, because the most important issue is choice. And as Charles mentioned, you only have one time to raise your children. So you can't go through 4, 8, 12 years of incompetence. You have one shot at it. And so choice is one viable option. Because for me, as a consultant, I don't care whether black children are homeschooled, public school, magnet school, private school. The most important objective is a quality school. Now, Charles, right quick, in Montgomery, Maryland, what they've decided to do is to move their best principals and their best teachers to the 25%, as you pointed out, the one of every 4 schools that are underperforming. See, if we had serious leadership that was committed to all children, then you put your best principals and best teachers and the greatest amount of financial resources in the lowest achieving schools. If you're serious about trying to close the gap. See, sometimes we say that we want to educate all children, but the proof is in the pudding. If your best principals and best teachers are at the other 75%, then it shows what you think of educating all children. The other thing is that, Charles and Mays, can you imagine with the number of churches that we have in the city of Chicago, if every church adopted one of these 25% of these schools that are underperforming, or if every one of these 25% schools that are underperforming had a single gender classroom in their school.
Hold on, Dr. Kunjufu, you must not watch the news. Did you not see all the black preachers standing up there when they got rid of the good Reverend Dr. Forrest We Shall Overcome Claypool? They was all up there telling us what a great man he was.
Well, see, there we go again, Mr. Mays. You know, I thought you and I were friends, as you know.
How can they tell us this with our schools being the way they are?
Hold up. That's why your show is so good. Because, as you know, we have 85,000 churches in black America, but they're not all the same. We have a lot of entertainment churches that sing, dance, shout, and don't do any work.
Wow.
We have containment churches that only open on Sunday from 11 o'clock to 1. And then we have liberation churches that open 7 days a week, can attract not only elders and women, but also young people and men. And so, Mays, I'm only talking about the liberation churches that would adopt these underperforming schools.
Okay, Dr. Kunjufu, man, you got the phone lines lit up. Will you take a couple calls?
Yes.
All right, let's go to Connie. Connie, you read Dr. Kunjufu's book?
Absolutely. And let me say, sir, I really would like to meet you, because when I read this book, so many things came clear to me. We black people, we are not on it. We give our kids too much free time to do nothing. I personally have seen black men playing basketball for 8 hours a day.
Thanks, Connie. Amnita, you're on the Talk of Chicago, 1690.
Oh, good morning. I didn't hear the whole conversation, but it sounds like really good suggestions, especially for the religious community to get involved and start adopting things. But we have to be careful to make sure parents are educated so that they don't think it's our total responsibility. But as a parent, I had 6 children in the school system. I attended Chicago schools when I was younger. They were very good back then. And I'm concerned about peer pressure and the children's failure to survive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello? Amnita?
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Okay, you have drugs and teenage pregnancy also affecting children, and I don't think abortion for young people is good. So we also have to address those issues that's also distracting and affecting children.
Thanks, Amnita. Dr. Kunjufu, what do we do about peer pressure and even this whole concept of our young people not thinking it's cool to be smart?
Well, one of my earlier books is titled To Be Popular or Smart, the Black Peer Group. And when I was growing up in the 1800s, the number one influence on children was the home. It was home, school, church. So it was easy for my parents. Home, school, and church were the three major influences. But today, social media is number one. The peer group is number two. Rap music is third. And video games and television are fourth.
Where the parents at, man?
Well, they're much further down. They're number six.
Wow. Is this real? Is this real information, or is this like conjecture?
No, this is real information coming from Morehouse, Spelman, and Harvard University. Mays Jackson.
Whoa! So you're telling me that social media is a bigger influence on kids than their parents?
Yes, and the peer group is number two. And it's unfortunate, as Anita mentioned, unfortunately, some of our children are accused of acting white if they're taking AP classes or honors classes or IB, if they speak quote-unquote standard English, and we could have a whole nother workshop just on that. But it's unfortunate that there's an inverse relationship between self-esteem and peer pressure. The stronger your self-esteem, the less you'll be influenced by the peer group. But if you have low self-esteem, then you're greatly influenced by peer pressure.
So are we having a bunch of bad parents? Is that, I mean, how does social media become more influential than parents?
Well, there are at least, because time is limited, let me just quickly mention there are two types of parents. You have permissive parents who want their children to like them. And then you have authoritative parents who want their children to respect them. Just like, for example, there are two types of mothers. Those mothers who raise their daughters and love their sons. They make their daughters come in early and not their sons. They make their daughters study and not their sons. They make their daughters do chores and not their sons. They make their daughters go to church and not their sons. There's a reason why so many black females are more organized and responsible than black males, and one culprit is the lack of mothers allowing that kind of attitude to take place in their homes.
Dr. Kunjufu, you know what? You're going to have to do better than this. You're going to have to come on in and sit down with us for an hour.
Yeah, he is definitely, man. And, you know, you got a lot of folks out there, man, cringing when you say what you say.
Yes.
About taking control of the educations of our children. Because, you know, you hear that line all the time that how can you let your enemy educate your children?
Man, we are the only race of people that send our children to the enemy to be educated. But Dr. Kunjufu, before we go, just yes or no, should you whoop your kids or not?
Should you whoop your kids?
Yes.
See, there we get. See, man, so why would you do that to me?
All right, that's why you got to come in. So I'm going to freeze you right there. Look.
You mentioned, please visit our website, AfricanAmericanImages.com, and call us at 708-672-4909. And Mays, the answer to your question, the Bible's clear. If you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Talk Chicago, I got to stop you right there. So Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back.